Okay. So it's a evening here in India, Alice, but hope you are in the afternoon in Sweden. So please tell me, first of all, tell me a few things about yourself so that we can conduct a session on the topic which we are promoting from last so many days on our various platforms. But first of all, tell our viewers about yourself.
Okay. So hi everyone. Thank you so much for having me on this call. I'm really privileged to be here. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. It's not my original home. Originally, I'm from a very small country called Latvia. It's in Baltics. It's very close to Sweden, but it's not Sweden. I've lived in Sweden for the last 12 years. I came here in my early 20s when I started to work for one of the biggest financial banks. Today, I help business people, entrepreneurs, and business owners to achieve their financial goals through transforming their relationship with money. And long story short, how I got here was when I started to work for the bank. I always had really high goals, and I created those goals being a small child because I come from a very poor background. My parents really didn't have much when we were growing up. And I always promised to myself that when I'm going to be an adult, when I will grow up, I'm going to have everything. I'm going to do anything possible, to have a better quality of life. And I think a lot of people can vouch for that. When you have had very little, you say, okay, I'm going to do anything to have much more. So that was the mindset that I had. And when I started to work for the bank, I did actually really well. I think it was age of 23. I was working as a foreign exchange trader, both in Sweden and Singapore. And at the age of 23, I also started my first company. I was in online marketing. But since that was a side thing, I kind of always told to myself, it didn't become successful because I just didn't have enough time to put in there. Little did I know that was nothing to do with time. There was other things that I'm going to talk about later. But at the age of 27, I lost my job at the bank because they closed my department, and I went soul searching. Basically, that's what a lot of people do. When you lose something, you think, okay, now it's time to discover something new. It must mean something. And at the same time, I had challenges in my marriage. And for about 6 months, I did different courses and trainings. I got my certification as a coach, and I thought, okay, I have discovered personal development. I love it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to help everybody. That was my idea. I'm going to help everybody, and etc. However, I struggled a lot to find my clients. I was, trying to do everything, over-delivering, overdoing, over-forcing, charging very little money. And I remember, I think it was about 2 years ago when I was sitting in my living room, and I started to cry because I remember I said to my husband, that's it, I'm quitting this. I'm going to go back to bank because at least there I was successful. This is not working for me. And he asked me a very, very powerful question. He asked me, when are you going to stop doubting yourself?
That's a really amazing question, I think.
That's a very good question. And a lot of people, it's very easy when you see somebody who's not happy, when you see they're suffering with something, it's very easy to say, when are you going to stop stressing about this thing? When are you just going to stop worrying? When you're just going to stop complaining, or are you going to stop doubting yourself? It feels like it's very easy to say, but it's very hard to do. So I thought, that's a great question, honey. How do I do that? How do I do it?
That's again a really amazing question, I think. That's a question on a question, I think. Okay.
So, yes, and then very quickly, at the same time, a very good friend of mine, we used to work together in a bank. She was having for a while a very tough situation financially. And what happened is that in 6 months' time, she became a multimillionaire. And I was like, that's very interesting. So I reached out to her, and I was just basically asking, so what happened? Did you win a lottery, or what happened in your life?
Okay.
And she said, no, I was happy to, I met somebody. They taught me some very, very interesting things. And I started to dive deeper into that subject, discovered my own method, started to work with myself, transformed my life, my relationship with money, and all of a sudden we sold lots of properties. We got so many business ideas and so many people inviting us to join their businesses. So very fast forward, things escalated super fast. So I was like, okay, if you're happy to coach me, I'm going to work with you. So I became her client. And 6 months later, I transformed my relationship with money, because I always thought that I'm this strong, powerful, super successful woman. But behind that, huge corporate image was actually a girl with a very low self-esteem. I doubted myself. I had a very low self-confidence. I mean, talking about fears, I was probably afraid of like anything. It took me hours to put the content online. I mean, all these sorts of things that a lot of people go through. And once I transformed that and I started to attract different kinds of business opportunities, different kinds of clients, different kinds of levels of money I didn't think I was able to make, it became a passion for me to, okay, we need to help more people to transform their life, transform their relationship with money, help them to stop worrying about money and realize that money is there when they need it. It's something that you can tap into. It's not something that it takes hard work to earn. It's just different. And once I realized that, a lot of things has changed for me. And of course, this is how we established our company. This is how the courses about the money mindset coaching came in. And this is what we do right now. We have our group, and we have also private clients, and we have visions about how to do this in the future, even in a bigger context, and help as many people as possible to transform their relationship with money.
Okay. So Alise, is it you personally feel that you have changed your mindset about the money?
It's not about the mindset, really. This is what a lot of people don't talk about. Mindset is, I would say, it's overused word. If everybody creates some transformation, they say it's mindset. But what does it really determine one's ability to make money? It's not mindset, it's programming. It's programming.
Okay.
Yes. And let me tell you, what does that mean? When we talk about the human mind, everybody's okay, we have mind, but there's two huge entities that you have in your mind. One is the conscious mind, another is subconscious mind. So conscious mind is, your wishes, your desires. You're talking with me right now, you're consciously listening, right? However, you don't notice everything what's going on right now, right? You haven't really consciously thought about that while we're talking, you're actually breathing all the time. Your eyes are blinking, you're not consciously thinking about it. It's a program. It's controlled by your subconscious mind.
That's a perfect.
Yeah, because if I would tell you, okay, talk to me, tell me everything at the same time, think about your breathing in, breathing out, about you blinking, scratching, listening to everything else, you would go crazy. You would say like, I can't do it. It's physically impossible. It's too many things at the same time, right? So that's why, subconscious mind is it's the programmed mind. It goes on autopilot. So when people start driving the car, they are stressed, they're nervous, they're, oh my God, it's, what do I do? There's the gearbox, there's the wheel, oh my God, there's mirrors, the back mirror, the side mirrors, and you're stressed out. 10 minutes later, you have a headache and you just want to stop it. But the more you drive, what happens? It becomes a habit. All of a sudden, you're speaking on the phone, you're doing it easily, you don't stare at the gearbox anymore, you can probably talk with the people in the back. It has become an automated process. That's why we have the subconscious mind, so we can live our lives so much easier. Otherwise, we would have to relearn all these behaviors every day from scratch.
So basically, we are programming, I think.
We are programmed, yes.
We are programmed to do anything in our life.
Yes, but how these programs are being formed? Here's an interesting thing. Children up to age 6, 7, they don't have a conscious mind yet. It's not developed. That's why when you see small kids, they're playing, they can play games with each other, Superman, Spider-Man, you name it, and they play it like it's a real world.
Perfect.
That's for them, it's imaginary. That's imaginary life.
Yeah.
And during those 6, 7 years, once you don't have the conscious mind, you are under hypnosis. Children, those 6, 7 years, they are in hypnotic state. And nature comes in and tells you to download everything and anything that you possibly see, how to live life, how to manage stress, how to get dressed, how to put your hair, how to think, how to behave, how to eat, how to drink, all those things. So when you are age of 7, start to developing your conscious mind, you need some programming beneath to become conscious of something. If you don't have nothing there, what are you going to become conscious of? And everything that you see during those first 6-7 years around life, how does your parents, how they were in relationship, how they were talking, how they were respecting each other, how they were loving each other, how they talk about money, what is success, how you're supposed to look like, how you're supposed to dress like, how you're supposed to talk. There's hundreds of thousands of rules, even to be part of a family member. So your brain creates these deep-seated beliefs about life, about money, about success, about anything in life. And once it's programmed,
emotions are also the same part of the thing.
Yeah. So once it's programmed, it's there to stay. So your life can be easier. That's the whole point of the subconscious mind, right? But what science and psychology relieves for us today is that 70% of those programs are disempowering and self-sabotaging.
Okay, 70%.
And that's huge. 70%, yes. And since it's programmed, it's an autopilot. So a lot of people, they live their days on those programs and they don't really understand that they're not aware of it. So when it comes to money, you already have deep-seated beliefs about what is money, how to make money, how to spend money, how to save money, because your parents showed that when you were a child.
They have programmed our mind basically as a child.
Yes.
They work
everybody, exactly. So everybody has something called the money blueprint. And the money blueprint determines either it's a poor money blueprint, it's an average money blueprint, and it's a wealthy money blueprint. So there's an example. I mean, you can probably think of yourself that there are people that they work so hard, so many hours for a very little money.
Yeah, true. That's really true. That's a hard. I feel
so
it on a regular basis.
Yes. So I mean that's so. But for them, the money blueprint is if they're grown up in a poverty, that's what they've seen all the time. That's their perception about that's how you make money. So that's what they do.
Okay, that's.
So people who grow up in a wealthy family, they have a different perception of money. They have never worried about money. They have never experienced what does it mean to be stressed about money. So their relationship with money, it's easy, it's effortless. Money is always there. That's their deep-seated beliefs. And if it's money is always there, they don't stress about money. Money finds its way easy to them because money is what? It's energy. It's not pieces of paper. It's not coins. It's energy.
Energy concept is really, I think you are applying the energy concept on the money also. But the money is also energy as per your version, I think, which I call it.
Yes. Money is energy.
This is really a perfect answer, ma'am. Actually, I feel before this session, I think I can call. I never feel money as an energy. I just feel it's a paper, it's a coin, or something like that. But this is the first time you have changed my whole concept about money. That's a really an amazing answer. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this answer.
Yeah, of course. You're welcome.